As the group were forced to leave San Cordia's walls, Zayn stayed off to the side. He was still seething from how things went down, and now he was left with no way to readily cool himself off. At least, not in one of the ways he preferred. He sneered some curse words, kicking a rock. It didn't help. Ringo watched him the moment his anger burst forth. Goddesses, she wished she could soothe him. But at the same time, she envied him that moment. Her head felt the buzz of anger too. What she would have given to burst that entire room into stars in the moment. Eventually, she walked over to him, giving a look that was a mix of worry and her own masked anger.
Scales, I'm sure punching it would deal more damage, but don't hurt yourself.
She gave a small look, gently moving herself closer to stand next to him. He hadn't expected someone to follow him out here, but he just huffed and crossed his arms.
Believe me, I'd rather be punching something else.
More like someone else.
They sent us packing like dogs. Utterly humiliating.
Ringo gave a soft sigh.
No, trust me, I wish to have done the same. I would have set that place ablaze had I not personally been there.
She said, softly sighing.
They sully my flag. They wave so high and mighty. They humiliate eyes. And us, it's pathetic.
She rubbed the back of her own neck.
I'm sorry I pulled you back. I just... Ugh!
She gave a slump of her shoulders.
I'm with you, truly. Don't get me wrong, I would have joined you without a moment's notice, but Chinchin was already high, and they had us outnumbered. He must have plans.
He turned to her fully. With how they treated him in the city, he felt alone in his emotions. It felt nice to see now that it isn't the case.
For the sake of certain others,
He shoots a brief glare over her shoulder to a cavalier in particular.
we can only hope. The rest of us are still forced to be reckoned with, yes?
She gave a soft, subtle smile. Past those soft smiles laid her ruby eyes as she finally traveled them over to the cavalier.
Geralt? I'd say so. He's got a strong leadership since I've met him. He'll be of great leadership to us for now.
Ringo said softly, nodding her head some.
Please don't worry so much. From what we know about Eyes and Locke, they're smart. They'll be safe. We'll just continue to grow and expand the army until then.
He had his own opinions about leadership around here, but this wasn't about Geralt.
I'll take your word for it.
Zayn found himself leaning against the rock, the heat of his temper brought down to a simmer.
I am surprised you kept you cool. You seem to have more to lose than the rest of us, especially with your mother there.
My mom is probably the reason I remained calm.
She said, softly tucking her hair behind her ear for a moment, letting out a sigh.
I have my father's temper. I'm rash, and sometimes I don't always think the plan through. That's why I'm a bit upset. I felt like I kind of made things both better and worse.
She softly looked over at him again.
What about you? Got any family?
I have lots of family, since Manakee are so long-lived. The closest ones are my parents. And my mother is especially dear to me.
He doesn't admit it out loud, but he's probably been projecting onto Butal for that reason. There was a long moment of hesitation before he added,
I also have an older sister.
Oh, dragons really do have large families like they say back home.
Softly she felt herself lean on a tree for a moment before looking to him again.
Families mean a lot, be it blood or just bond. So I get having someone dear to you like our mothers. Moms always seem to sacrifice themselves to give you the life they wish they had, it seems. Or at least they try to.
For the first time since they left the capital, he felt the corners of his mouth tug upwards.
Indeed, I would not be here without her. She gave me a second chance, and at the greatest risk to herself. Not as risky as joining an army alongside their daughter, but I cannot judge.
I kinda wasn't expecting my mom to be the one that joined. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ringo gave the smallest glance to the side, scratching her cheek with her index finger.
Glad we took her, given everything that's happened to us so far. But I'm just surprised she wished to be the one to join.
In any case, she cares, and I would consider you quite lucky. Besides, what I said back in City is still true. Nothing will happen to her as long as we're around.
Both statements were said very matter-of-factly, as if they were truths as simple as the tides. He says many things in this tone.
Truly.
Ringo softly laughed before turning her head to the side.
I think I hear the others picking up again. It seems like our tiny break is over. I'll see you around, Scales, and remember, if you need someone, I'm here for you.